Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the Roomies Digest. As you can probably tell, today we are going to be making my February bullet journal spread for my reading journal. The inspo for this, of course, it's the month of love, lots of hearts and romance and things like that, but I didn't want to do the typical kind of like heart theme. I kind of wanted to do a line art of just different flowers, and I can't decide if these are carnations or roses. I think it's a hybrid of both, but that's the theme for this month. So flipping over to the very first double page spread, I of course am going to set up my TBR page. That includes a monthly calendar of all the readathons, readalongs, buddy reads, live shows, really anything that can possibly go on during the month. So on the left-hand side here, I have my calendar set up with the title February, and then of course the days numbered so that I know what's what, some fancy script, and then underneath I'm going to start off with the live shows that will be happening throughout the month, as well as the readathons, the readalongs, the book clubs, and the buddy reads. I have a ton of live shows that I'm going to be attending / hosting this month, so I put all of those on the right hand side. And last minute here, I am going to try and do the Ariana Grande readathon that is hosted by Carol from Carol T Reads, Haley from Haley Hughes, and then Brayden. I'm really excited for that. I think I'm going to do most of the prompts, but we'll see how it goes by the end of the month. Then as far as read-alongs go, I am doing the Scythe read-along on Noelle 7 Pages channel, a Red Rising read-along, which I, of course, have already read Red Rising, but I do want to be included in that discussion, so I'm going to be doing that this month. Vish's channel read-along, and of course the Grisha read-along. A lot of my friends are hosting that read-along, and I just want to support them, so I am going to be tuning in for that discussion later on in the month. As far as book clubs go, I am also going to be co-hosting with Sugar and Spice Book Club. This month we are reading the X Talk, so I wanted to make sure that I had that in my calendar, as well as their live show for last month's book pick, which was The Simple Wild. I definitely don't want to miss that because I loved that book so much and I can't wait to talk about it. Other than that, I've got sprints, which I will be filling out throughout the month, just sprints that Monique and I are going to be hosting with other booktubers. And yeah, that pretty much sums up all the craziness on the left-hand side of the spread. On the right-hand side, if you guys watched my last video, you know that I like to write out my TBR, just so that I can kind of check off books as I'm reading them and get a grip on how much I have left for the month. This month, Monique and I are reading so many books, so many good books, and I'm really, really excited. I know that it is kind of a short month because it's February, but I feel like we can do it. I feel like all these books are really good, so we're just gonna fly through them. Of course, underneath my regular TBR, I've got the extras that I'll get to once I get through my normal TBR. And then I decided to include the Ariana Grande readathon kind of book prompts because it was a last minute kind of join for me. So I just wanted to make sure that I could do as many of those prompts as possible. And here, you'll see that I am just color coordinating everything so that I know what's what. If it's a buddy read, if it's for a book club, if it's for a read along, you guys get it. I started coloring this spread in kind of like a color block way, which looks really good with Procreate drawings, but in retrospect, doing it in a physical form actually kind of looks a little weird. I don't know. I go through this whole entire monthly spread just trying to figure that coloring out, and I get a handle on it later on, but you guys are just gonna have to bear with me because I know those colors look really strange in the first couple of spreads. Moving on, I've got my YouTube and Instagram tracker. I actually have this double spread because Noelle 7 Pages does this exact kind of spread, and I saw this on her bullet journal setup. But basically I just like to get a handle on the numbers for the month and also have a tentative posting schedule for us, just in case, you know, we already know what videos we want to post, what Instagram pictures we want to post, that kind of thing. Now, if you are paying close attention, you'll see that the YouTube tracker and the Instagram tracker are switched. So I don't know what went through my brain, but the stuff underneath YouTube is supposed to be underneath Instagram, and the stuff underneath Instagram is supposed to be underneath YouTube. I switch it later on, but I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. My brain must have been somewhere else. Then, of course, flipping the page, we are going to be doing a TikTok tracker, which is a new page that Monique and I just decided because we want to be more consistent with our TikTok videos. And then the right-hand side is a video ideas page, which is really just a brain dump. I just made it a little fancier by saying video ideas. In this double spread, I kind of got the coloring correct. So after this page, all of the next pages kind of have the same coloring as this. I think that looks the best. It's simple and looks really, really good in my opinion. So of course, flipping the page, I am going to be doing my favorite lines. This is also a spread that I got from Noelle 7 Pages because she's a genius, but I really enjoyed this last month and it helped me kind of process what I was reading a little bit. So I am going to be doing that again this month. I am doing something a little bit different in this spread, which is instead of doing a line a day, so last month I did 1 through 31. I'm basically just going to color the lines here and then start with 1. And then as I find my lines, I will write them down, but I'm not going to make it a strict like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I'm just going to fill it in as I go along. Flipping the page, I believe this is kind of where I couldn't decide if they were roses or carnations. I don't know, you guys can tell me what you think they look like, but I really actually love this simple design and line work. As I've said before, it's one of my favorite art styles, and I think kind of the messy coloring gives it like a little extra zhuzh. I don't know, I really like it, and I love the colors that I ended up going with at the end of this spread. So here on the left-hand side, I am going to be doing a reading potentials page. I made a similar page like this called Book Suggestions in the previous bullet journal video that I did, but I actually am running out of space on that page, so I decided to make this a monthly spread. But basically, this is a page for when I watch booktube videos and I see a book that I want to add to my TBR, I can write down the title, the author, and then who suggested it from their booktube. So I think this will be a really useful and great spread. And also I wanted to add in one more extra spread, which is the brain dump spread. And that's basically just a page where I can put anything that I need to remember or anything that I need to do. It's basically just an end all be all to-do list. And I love those kind of pages because my brain goes at a mile a minute, so I can just jot down whatever and organize it later. Moving on to the next double spread here, I am going to be making my February wrap-up. Another spread from Noelle 7 Pages, who is my Bujo queen. But basically, I really enjoyed this spread last month. It helped me keep up with the books that I actually read, and then also the way that I read it. So like if it was on ebook, if it was physical, where it was from, like did I own it? Did the library give it to me? And then also the totals at the end of the month for the page numbers and the star ratings. Like I said, I really enjoyed this last month, and for some reason I am really into these like colored lines to kind of separate the page. I really thought it looked so good last time, and I think this spread also turned out really, really well. And flipping the page. This is one of my favorite parts of my bullet journal. It is where I can put all of the books that I'm reading and put down all of my thoughts when I read the book and my star rating, plus a little drawing of the book cover. As you guys could see at the beginning of this video, I did a lot of those for last month. I didn't do them for every single book because some books I just did not have time, I'm not gonna lie. But of course, we're gonna start out this month strong, so I am starting out with a drawing of the book Black Sun, because that is the first book that I'm reading this month. I love the cover of Black Sun. I am so excited to read this book. Truth be told, I had no idea what it was about, but as I'm like going through it, it's definitely my cup of tea. It's giving me very strong Children of Blood and Bone vibes, but maybe a little more adult. So I don't know, I'm like barely into it. We'll see how it goes by the end of the month, but I really love the book cover. It's so beautiful, and recreating it, I just love how this spread turned out. I think the colors are just great, and I love the art. Anyway, so that is what this page is, and I pretty much try and do that for every single book that I read. The next book that I'll be drawing for will be Addie LaRue, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I did want to come back to the front cover page and kind of add a few more leaves just to give it a little more oomph in this beginning page. I realized that the color blocking does not look that cute, but I got it together by the end. I think we can all agree. So let's move on to the best part, the final flip through. If you guys made your own bullet journal video this month, feel free to drop that down in the comments. I love watching these videos, and I think everyone is so creative, so please, please, please comment that down below. And as always, please like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and until next week, I'll see you guys later.